So when are you gonna get married?
Oh, that's how we starting now.
Yeah. Or you're just gonna be alone forever in this life of black love and Februariness.
Nah, I definitely want to get married. Can they hear me from
Yeah, yeah, know each other.
Yeah, I definitely want to get married. Eventually, there's no rush. There's no rush to it. I feel like a good age would be like 26, 27.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, oh, what do you think about like the people that are getting married right now? Like, do you have people from like your high school you went to that got married? Like, I mean, right now might be not too bad. But like 2021, like right out of high school.
So here's the thing. I feel like if you're not trying to do like crazy shits in life, then go ahead and get married. But if you're like trying to like move all over the country and like semi be famous or like start your own company or do this or that or this and that, take a breather. You don't need to get married, because I feel like the people that are getting married right now are just gonna end up being like accountants or work in finance or something, like a concrete 9 to 5 where they can just like build with their significant other in the same place where they've been forever and there would be no problems.
So you think it's like they're choosing to like settle already?
See, here's the thing: we need people to settle in this life. That's really what we need.
That's true.
And I'm tired of social media trying to make motherfuckers want to be like these ultra famous celebrities that want to do this and that and fuck her and her and her.
Yeah.
When you don't want to do none of that, you want to act like your parents did.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, don't leave that cul-de-sac. You'll be fine. Not everyone can move to New York.
A 9 to 5 is motion. I saw a tweet. I said that's true. Getting a job is not sweet. Let's not act like niggas go to college and it's still a struggle after college. So
Bro.
9 to 5 is motion.
Have you ever been just declined from a job, bro? I applied to this one spot, and they hit me back in the email like, you are unqualified for the position. We moved on. I'm like, you know what? I don't even blame you for it. It's not even bad for real.
The thing that makes me bad about applying for jobs right now is like, okay, you said it's entry level, right? Why are you asking for 3 to 4 years of experience? Make that make sense. Make it make sense.
They're not talking about you.
It's not serious. You're not being serious.
Nah, bro. They're talking about their friend's son that's been working with their dad for 4 years.
Yeah.
See, I think that's who they're actually looking for.
Yeah.
No, not so much like
So it's
black
like,
folks.
it's like you're giving like a fake free opportunity.
Exactly. Are you tired of this whole school stuff yet? Now that you're back from war?
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I have senioritis, but I'm a sophomore. The dots are not connecting well, bro. Like I had a class this week, and this is our 4th week at the U.
Y'all already at 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
Shit.
Time is flying. School makes time go fast.
Aren't y'all, it's 15 weeks in a semester, right? 14, 12?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the teens, mid-teens. Bro, I've been late 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks. This week I was on time though. But the lady, she was starting to look at me a little like, come on, bro. It's a small class. Stop doing this.
I know you, bro.
You the oldest one here. I'm 22.
Oh, wow.
It's like a freshman class.
They called you an old ass nigga too? That's
Bro,
kind of crazy.
Low key, they be throwing shade. They be like, raise your hand if you were born in like 2002. And everyone would be raising their hand. I just be looking around like the old nigga in the classroom. But it's all right.
You know what? At least start it now so you don't have to get hit with the who was born in 2004.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's really what you need to really watch out for. Oh my God. One thing that I've like rarely like looked back on, especially now like my senior year and shit like that, bro. The fact that like freshmen are genuinely like 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys still look like children for real. Yeah. Look like kids. There's no way that you're in the same college that I am in. Yeah. And I'm in no way, I don't think like I look like super grown or nothing like that.
Right.
But I just still just seen it's just wild as hell. Oh no. Do you find it weird when motherfuckers date younger motherfuckers?
Depends on the age gap.
Okay.
Depends on the age gap.
Have you seen what's that nigga name? Leonardo DiCaprio and his girl?
I've been seeing the tweets where it's like, bro, you're 50. He like dates them at 19 to like 25, dumps them, then restarts again at 19. How old is this girl right now?
This one's 19.
Whoa. That's a crazy gap.
See, that's all I'm saying,
that's
bro.
That's a crazy gap.
Because I'm like, bro, that's as if like my dad went and dated some of my little brother's age. I'm like, that's just insane. That's just insane.
That's a crazy gap. I'm not gonna lie.
See, do you think that money corrupts people, especially powerful men? Because like I feel like if you're making like crazy amount of money, I feel like regular shit doesn't really get you going anymore.
I don't know if I would say corrupt. I think like, I mean, it's pretty like cliche, but it's like when people are like, the more money you get, the more power, influence you have. It just like kind of shows who you are. Like it magnifies who you are.
So that was just like he's a crazy, creepy nigga forever. That's just the way to
think about. There's a bunch of creepy niggas that we know, right? But they have no bread. They have no bread. Like, but if they were a superstar, now they would be like, "Who's this creepy actor?" But it's like, nah, he's been creepy since college. He's been a weirdo since college. Now, but now he has bread, so now he has money to really fund his weirdo activities. You know what I'm saying?
I remember watching an episode on You where it was like the one like celebrity. His whole thing was like he liked like younger girls or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And it really gets me thinking, how many people do I know personally are just living that type of crazy life, but they just don't have the ability to make their own dreams come true?
Probably like 15%.
Just 15? God damn.
I don't know. I just made that up. But like, I mean, everybody's like weird in their own way, but like, I think it just gets...
That's immoral?
Yeah, when you're doing immoral activities, that's when shit gets weird. You know what I'm... Because like, everyone looks at Bron right now and they're like, how is he not crazy? Like LeBron.
Oh,
like,
LeBron, yeah.
Like I be looking at LeBron and it's just like, how are you still doing what you're doing? How are you still being so wholesome?
Ooh.
And it's like he has the power to do anything he wants. If LeBron were to like kill somebody in Cleveland and knock on your door, you have no option but to take the 10 years from him.
Like, you feel me?
You
Yeah, I
tell
feel you.
LeBron?
I feel that.
You know,
I would hide LeBron from the fugitives.
You would hide him. You would hide him.
Oh God! Did your dad score 40,000 points? I don't know.
He didn't.
I don't know.
So it's just like, yeah, I think like the more money you get, like, or in terms of like where DiCaprio is at, it's just like he's probably been like this his whole life, but now he has the clout, he has the money, so he can really fund what he wants to do now. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that money would ever make you separate from who you are? Like, do you think the person that you are right now is who you actually are, or do you just not have enough money to really like live out your craziest ideas?
That's a good question. I think I wouldn't know till I'm in that position for real, because it's easy to say stuff when you're not in that position.
Okay.
I could only hope that I'm still like a genuine good person if I got to that level.
I feel that. I be feeling like
How about yourself?
I be feeling like the world wants me to be a bad person, but I'm like trying to like fight off all like the dickheaded ideas that I really have deep inside of me.
Right.
Because like I watch the way some people like press other people, and I'm like, me personally, come at me with that type of energy, I don't even know what I would do. Because of like, so I think I've had like the privilege to just not be tested for real. Like after my like middle school years, I feel like people just like slowly just stopped testing me altogether. Because like I was bullied when I was younger, but I was like smaller than everybody else.
Okay.
So now that I'm older, I feel like people don't really get the chance to like try me, because it's like, bro, you look weird trying to like you feel me, trying to like do too much when it comes to someone like me.
Right.
So I start to think, now what happens if I get enough money to shield me from all the nonsense that's in the world? Would I start to lose touch with everyone and everything? That's one of the things that I think about a lot.
You might.
There's no reason not to.
I feel like it would, if once you get bred, losing touch, I feel like it might be easy to not become a weirdo if that's not who you are now.
Okay,
but
yeah.
losing touch would probably be like the hardest part with reality. You know what I'm saying?
What's the craziest thing that you'd want to do once you start, like when you're up?
When I'm up, the craziest thing, or like what I would do.
Yeah. What's something you would do?
First thing I'm doing is, make sure the parents straight. Make sure they're smooth, retire their parents. I feel like that's a goal everybody has.
I feel like that's like basis. Yeah, that should be like the base. Yeah,
if you get bred and you don't take care of your parents, you're sick.
That's kind of crazy.
You're low-key sick.
Even if your parents beat you.
Yeah, you got to
If you're African, because some white parents be like going crazy with the ass but not gonna hold you, but continue.
Hey, you think that's over? Is that a topic you could talk about? Like, you think like beating kids is over? Like,
so my whole thing is, if you are poor, go ahead, because the likelihood that everyone else around you is also beating their kids is very high.
Yeah.
But if you're making real money, like Adrian Peterson money, Yu-Gi-Oh's dragging it. I feel like AP was dragging it crazy.
Okay.
I feel like once you start making money, you should be able to not be stressed enough for your first idea of discipline should not be, bro, you know, fuck all that and slap the shit out your kid. I feel like that's really what you should come to realize.
Okay.
How about you? What you thinking?
I don't know. It's tough. You know, like I've worked with kids. Like
Really?
After school program, like in high school. And I'm just like, I'm really like, you can really get to them without beating them.
But that's not your kid, so why the fuck is you touching another nigga's
Of course, like in my mind, it's like I would never put my hands on him because I'll lose my job.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, you see a kid doing something bad, like you can really get to him and like talk to him, walk him through it without beating him. Because it's like, bro, he doesn't know what he's doing. A lot of the times he doesn't know what he's doing. Or he or she.
They're just
kids.
Yeah.
He's 7 years old. Like we still do dumb stuff
so
now.
crazy. I don't be bro.
Like,
my whole thing is like I feel like when you're genuinely hurting a child, I feel like you're dragging it. Because like 7 is you're a small human, right?
Yeah. You just don't know.
You start getting bigger at like 11. That's when you start getting like cognitively like aware of shit,
what
right?
you're doing. So it's just like I don't know. You know, I hope I never have to. I feel like if I can be able to discipline my kids without beating them or disciplining them with like physical means, it's like I think that would be the best option.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
So,
I feel like that's the best way to like actually interact with another person because it's like
I know African people would be sick if they heard me saying that. Do not spare the rod. It says in the Bible, do not spare the rod. Like, bro, it's not that deep. You can
see, bro. Oh my god, it's just when it comes to like African parents, I feel like the first generation, like my parents' generation, when they first came here, life was so hard that like they were so stressed out that the first thing that they were thinking of was like nah, you're dragging it now. Because I have a vivid memory of like when I was younger, right? It was me and my 2 brothers. We were playing football in the house. And my brother would get the ball and punt the ball straight into the ceiling where my mom was sleeping.
Yeah, she wasn't playing with that.
And now, like, when I think about moments back like that, I was like, why were we even doing that? There was outside. We literally had a backyard.
She came down and whooped that ass.
Like, literally, immediately.
But it did make us who we are.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
She did have work that night, too.
Yeah, she's not playing with you. She's not playing with you. That's a good point. You know, they did come here. They grew up with whole different childhoods. You know what I'm saying?
I live with my grandma, so like I'm able to like see like the historical backing of the way my mom is. And
that's tough.
It's always interesting. Because like I don't even blame my mom either.
Yeah.
Because of I feel like a thing with a lot of like especially Nigerian like women, they're able to like, since they're so educated, they tend to make so much money, and that kind of like detaches them from everyone else, and it has them giving them the mentality of like, I made it, I did all this shit in my life,
right?
So how are you selling my bag? You're selling my bag now.
You're like an extension of them.
Exactly.
So I see what you're saying.
So it's like when you're fucking up, it's more like it seems like they are the ones that drop the ball, when in totality it's like you are your own separate person.
Exactly.
Do you have how's your own mental?
Like my own mental health?
Yeah, how's your own mental?
I would say I'm doing good. Of course, there's ups and downs, day to day, week to week, month to month.
Do you feel like you've like found yourself now that you're like? Do you feel like you're grown
at this age?
Yeah.
I think it's just a journey. Like I really do think I don't think we're gonna ever hit a point where we're like we know it all. Cause it's like when I was younger, when I'm looking at somebody that's 22. I'm like, oh, that's a grown man. Like, he really know how he's moving. Like, look at, he got a beard on his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking at your older cousins. And then you get to that age and you're like, I still feel like I'm 18, 19. You know what
how
I'm
so?
saying? Just like.
You should, like, the things you're doing right now don't really matter for real? Or what?
No, I'm just saying, like, my mentality. I wouldn't say, like, I think I'm moving how I used to think a 22-year-old guy would move when I was younger, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, think about it like you're in middle school. You have a guest speaker come into your class. He's like, yeah, I mean, or you're in high school. You're a freshman in high school. College rep comes to your school, and he goes to UST. He's 22. When you're looking at him, you're like, this guy is like professional, like he's
Oh,
for
yeah, yeah.
real. This is a grown man, like. But then you hit that age and you're like,
That nigga wasn't grown for real.
he wasn't grown
It
for
was
real.
just me for real. Yeah,
you
no, I
know what
feel
I'm
it, I feel
saying?
it.
So I think like everything in terms of like mental health, physical health, it really is just gonna be a journey. I don't think there's ever gonna be a point where you're like, I'm good forever.
Okay.
You know, but I do think there's always gonna be stressors in life, anxiety. You know, you might feel sad every once in a while. You know, it's just ups and downs of
I
life.
feel that. I feel that.
But
Then what would be your main things that you've learned recently for your own self, like over this past year?
I would just say the thing I think that separates a lot of people when it comes to like physical health and mental health and things like that is we all go through. You can't tell somebody like what they went through wasn't tough for them. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are like, how can you be complaining? You have food on your plate, right? But me just having that individual having homework might be the biggest stress they faced. So that's a big thing for them. But then for someone else, it's like getting food on my plate is the biggest thing, you know? So perspective is very big. You know, that can help you a lot. And then also I think, like I was saying, the thing that separates a lot of people is just having the tools to get through what they're getting through.
Okay, I feel that.
Like just being educated on like what can help me in this moment to get through to that next place. That so like if you don't have a lot of tools, you might resort to just drinking or smoking your problems away, or eating your problems away, sleeping your problems away. But you know, if you got the tools, you know, it doesn't have to be excesses, but maybe you could talk to people around you, journal, meditate, you know, get more involved in your faith, whatever it may be. So
Okay, I feel that. I feel that. I feel like it's hard not to minimize other people, especially when they're behaving in a way that's like the problem that they have is kind of like low tier in my own opinion. So it's kind of hard for me to like hold off what I'm thinking to cater to the other person.
Right.
But I know that's the thing that I must do because like you were saying, a lot of people don't really, some people just haven't gone through enough things for them to realize how like minute this problem really is.
I'm not saying I'm perfect at it.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that's something like I learned, and I'm just like, oh, like I learned that, what would I say, we're in 2023 summer, I would say like last spring, so 2022 spring.
Okay.
What
happened?
So it was more so, I'll speak like more broadly.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
You
not
don't
trying
want
put
to
one's
out
business
nobody's,
there for
yeah.
real. But if there was a situation that happened, right, and it was amongst like some of my closer friends, right, and when the situation happened, the person that it happened to, he handled the situation completely different than how I would have handled the situation. It was like, all right, we're gonna throw away 10-year relationships. We're gonna, you know, damn near go to court, this, that, and the next. And to me, it was like, oh yeah, no, it's serious. Like the situation that happened was like nothing to like laugh at or nothing. It was like, let's take it serious. But I thought it was blown almost out of proportion.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then that's when it clicked in my mind. And I was talking to one of my friends like 6 months later, and he was just like, you can't really tell somebody that what they're going through isn't serious just because you've gone through more. You know what I'm saying? So that helped me gain more empathy. Like getting deployed, I'm like, all right, like that was big for me.
How is that while you were deployed, like meshing all these different personalities together?
Like the people I'm working with?
Yeah.
It was.
Were you one of the people that be fighting folk, or were you like back, like typing on paper?
My job was like fueling aviation. Like, so I'm supporting helicopters. And like fighter helicopters and things like that. Like my job was to fuel them when they land. So they're doing their missions, and then I'm doing my job to support them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in terms of like meshing in with a bunch of different personalities, I think that's what helped me find like a joy for trying to find understanding between people. So like when I'm talking to somebody and they might be from New Mexico, cowboy, cowgirl. I'm from Minneapolis, listening to Lil whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still suburban, don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But like, you know, like I'm not gonna say like I'm, you know, from the city or nothing. But we live two different complete lifestyles.
Yeah.
So I just found a joy in like trying to find like where can we find common ground? How can we build this relationship? Because I was forced to. You know, I'm there. I'm working with you 24 hours a day. You know, we're going through all this stuff that happens on deployment. We have to find common ground. Like I need to know you have my back when we are doing what we're doing.
You feel me?
So that's how that went for the most part, and I think I brought that back with me.
Yeah. Hold on. Are you a warmonger? What goes out there? That's one thing. That's one of the things I really want to talk with folks about.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I remember I was talking with this one dude. He was deployed for like a while, Iraq, and then motherfucking he was doing all the oil fighting. Yeah, he did. He did a bunch of that stuff, right?
Okay.
I met him during the summer. It was like, yeah, no, it's kind of. You change, you mentally just like not just deteriorate, but you feel like everything is just so like excessive now for him.
Oh, coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, because it's like when you're like we were learning about this in our marketing class, and the dude was saying like, and it'll connect back what you're saying. He's just like when you go into the corporate world, there's jobs like tech world where the layout is flat. So it's like it allows for more creativity, and there's not so much like top down, like you have a boss and your bosses has a boss.
Okay.
It's like
there's less bureaucracy in the tech world.
It's like creativity is more promoted, and you're not really micromanaged. And he's like on the other side of the spectrum, it's the military. It's more top
literally
down.
top down.
Everything is like from food to what you're gonna wear to what you're gonna do to who you're gonna be with to what you're gonna bring. That's all mapped out for you. All you gotta do is pack it and come in the right clothes to do your job. So it's like when you come back, it's like, bro, I was the worst cook for a whole year. I was making jail meals. Like my roommates, I knew something was up because I was eating, right? I made some food and I'm eating. My roommates are just quiet, like eerily quiet. We just chilling on the couch. I'm looking around. I'm like, nah, I'm eating some bullshit right now. You know? So it's like you come back and it's like, okay, you wearing different fits every day. You have your own schedule. No one's on your case. You can really do whatever you want.
You can be a bum in peace.
In peace. So it's just like I could definitely see the angle of like, oh, you come back and everything feels too much. 100%. Yeah.
Okay, I feel that. Would you actually want to like fight in the front lines and do all that?
I mean, like at the end of the day, if you decide to like join the military or the army, and I'm not promoting it in any way, because you know I'm probably gonna get out after my first contract. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even blame you. But continue.
But at the end of the day, it's like you have a job. Like you could do accounting. You could be a nurse. You could be a doctor. You can do HR. You can do a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be expected to be a soldier. At the very end of the day, you know. So you got to remember that.
Does it kind of like break away at like who you are? Like while you were going through training and all that?
Definitely when you're like in the initial training, they have you like, it's kind of like almost like cultish, like, because it's like you have no phone, you're in a state that you don't know, you're on a compound that you're not going to leave for two and a half months. You can't leave. Everything is like, so you only get to talk to the outside world through mail.
That's so insane.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it definitely can get to you, you know. So it's just kind of like your job to not kind of get sucked into
just don't
that.
fold, just
don't
break upon yourself. Because
at the end of the day, like the military will institutionalize you, like on some prison type, you know, like when people go to prison and they're like they keep wanting to go back because they're used to that. The military is almost the same way.
Oh wow.
Like, you get used to that lifestyle. You get used to those people. You get used to what you're doing.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How is dating there then? Or are you supposed to just like mind your business, go to work, go home, don't talk to nobody?
Like no, you can't. So you can't fraternize. They don't.
Okay.
But of course, people are still doing what they want to do because it's like we're human.
I'm a grown ass adult.
Yeah, you got your hormone. She or he got their hormones as well. So, but for me, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I was no mud time. I was scared. I'm trying to go in and out. Like I'm trying to go in and because that's the thing is like the thing about the military. The easiest way, like during the training and shit, is like to literally start and just go straight through.
Do a lot of people like just do bullshit and bring them back or what?
Bro, if you try to quit halfway through, they hold you insanely. Like,
What do you mean?
they'll hold your like paperwork so you can't leave. So there was like a girl that basically quit. Like, I
Okay.
want to go home like 3 weeks in. We got 8 weeks left. She stayed for an additional like 15, 16 weeks. So we left in 8. She stayed for the next cycle damn near. Yeah, because it's like,
Why?
I mean, they say it's like, oh, we have to like finalize your paperwork, da 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 da. But it's like, realistically, your paperwork is the least priority. It's on the bottom of the stack. They'll get to it when they get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know if that's the truth, but that's what I was seeing with my eyes.
Okay,
You know, so I could be wrong, but that's what I was just peeping.
What was some of the crazy shit that you saw, like crazy stories?
When I was deployed or in training.
Both.
Training was so like the first 3 weeks of like basic is
It won't fall. You don't need to hold it.
oh my bad. I feel like it's just a habit, like a comfort thing.
Yeah.
My bad. I feel like so the first 3 weeks, yeah, it's called red phase. So it's like kind of like the hazing phase in a way.
Okay.
So these niggas are coming in at like 2 in the morning. They're sending you to bed at 10, and then they came in at like 2 in the morning for like a week straight, and they're like screaming da 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 da, like get up, toe the line. You're at the edge of your bunk bed, get your bunk made up. You're doing push-ups and some more shit like crunches, V-ups, all that type of stuff. So like I
So
think
you weren't sleeping much?
sleep, bro.
Worry about that week 4?
You don't get sleep the whole time you're there. You don't sleep, bro. Literally. But the thing is, like when you do sleep, you sleep like the best ever because you have no phone.
Okay.
And it's like you've been up since 5 in the morning. Like you wake up, work out, walk to the gun range, do whatever, come back. Like you're moving the whole day until 10 p.m., 5 to 10 p.m. So when you hit that bed,
you better sleep,
bro. It's lights out. Like you don't even. It's literally like 15 seconds. You're out and you sleep like a baby. You know. But
Was there anyone that was there just snoring?
Luckily I didn't have nobody snoring next to me. That would have been so shitty.
I've heard a story where like a dude was like snoring and they just jumped him.
Yeah, I could believe, like, bro, you don't play with people's sleep. In that environment, you don't play with people's sleep. I promise you don't play with people's sleep. You don't play with people's sleep. But craziest thing in deployment, I think there was like a few instances.
Ain't no one get jumped? There was no ass whoopings?
During deployment?
Yeah, no one like turned on each other?
Oh, definitely. Like there was a lot of like beef, a lot of meltdowns that happened between like me and my team and things like that. But we always had to like come back together end of the night, you know, smoke a black, talk about what happened, you know.
That's where your nicotine came from?
Yeah, that's how it all started, you know, because it's stressful. It's stressful. Like
They didn't let you get a wood instead?
no woods, no gas. That would have solved everybody's problems. But yeah, I think on deployment, the one I can talk about because it was in the news, you know.
Okay,
I'm not releasing no crazy, like, so I think it was like July. Yeah, beginning of July. I'm on Triple AB Air Base. It's like an Air Force Air Base in Iraq. And like, I think it's called.
We're in Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. It was like Al Habar, like that's a city or whatever. But we're on the base the whole time. And we had been getting like bombed throughout the summer. Like it gets hot, so I feel like they got frustrated because the heat. You're like, bro, it's 1:15, bro. You were waking up mad at somebody, so we were getting bombed like throughout the summer.
1:15, he had to wear all that.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, you hop out the shower.
Isn't it like a 50-pound bag? That's
I think the plates in the front are like 10 and then 10 on the back.
but you didn't have to run around with the backpack on.
Nah.
So where'd y'all niggas get water?
I mean, you can have like a camelback, and it's like
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, like a camelback. It's like a backpack, but it's literally like a water sack.
Oh,
it
okay,
has,
yeah,
like, the
that's what
hose
I'm-
through.
yeah.
You know, but that's pretty heavy too. But we're just on the base, you know, chilling. Like we're kind of used to getting attacked at this point. And then I think we had just went to like Starbucks. They had like Starbucks on the base or like a coffee shop. No, it was called Green Bean. Shout out to Green Bean. And we're driving back in the van. It's me, my boy Soto, and my boy V. And then the alarm goes off like bam, bam, bam. And we're like, No, we didn't even hear the alarm. We didn't hear the alarm because we had the windows rolled up. We saw this dude. He was carrying like them big. I don't even know what it's called. It's like it's one of them big Call of Duty. He darts past the van. He goes into the bunker because they had like these cement bunkers everywhere. And we're like, oh, we must be getting attacked. We park the van, we hop out, we run to the bunker, and we're just chilling. Usually it's like 1 or 2 bombs. We smooth, continue with your day. Dude, this time we sitting in the bunker, and it's like doom, 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 and it's like getting close. Like our feet are starting to shake, and we're just looking at each other. We're like, there's 8 niggas in the thing, and we're a unit from Louisiana. And we're just like, what is going on? What is going on? And they just kept going and going. It felt like it was getting closer. And then whatever, luckily, like none of us in that area got hit. And then, they do like the recap towards the whatever. So at the end of the night, we find out we got hit with, I think it was 15 rockets. And then they had 15 more, but the 15 in the other truck exploded the truck. Because it's like they're rigging it themselves. Yeah, so it was nuts. Like people had videos of them like driving to like the cafeteria, and then like a rocket like landing like 50 feet in front of them, hitting a U-turn, driving the other way. Yeah, that was one of the craziest like moments. And
that's insane.
Yeah, and I used to like not really.
Do you think that your life was like actually like, oh yeah, this just might be it?
I think like the first time we got attacked, like 100%, I was like, yeah, like I did the whole protocol, vest, helmet, weapon, but then like over time, and it keeps happening so frequently, you really just go hoodie, vest,
you have
weapon,
a tank on,
tank, like just bro, because they're hitting you at like 3 a.m. sometimes, like you gotta roll out of bed.
Y'all niggas got it.
Yeah, and the dude's knocking on your door like, bro, you gotta get up, and you're
Shut
like,
up,
bro,
up.
like if this is my time, it might be my time, bro. It might be my time. But yeah, and I never used to like tell I told my dad every once in a while, but I could see he was kind of nervous, so I wouldn't tell him every time. But I definitely never told my mom. I knew she would tweak. But then,
how did your mom even take you doing this?
She didn't, bro. She kept saying it's not happening. Like it's not happening. Like even to like the day before I left, she's like, it's not happening. I'm just like, bro, we have to accept that it's happening. Like we have to I have to get prepared for this,
Oh wow.
But they were really supportive.
But continue. What you're saying?
Where was I at? Oh yeah, I never told my mom, but then this one hopped on like I think it was on like CNN or something, and then my dad screenshot and sent it to me. He's like, "Is this where you're at?" I'm just like,
maybe.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, but we good. I wasn't even over there. I wasn't around that area. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit. So are you like? Do you say that you kind of detached yourself from like the people like civilians here when you came back? We were like, y'all problems ain't that crazy. How y'all feel? I mean, like we live 2 different lives now, or what?
I would say no. I was super excited to see everyone, and I think me coming back and living with my roommates right away kind of rubbed the dirt off my shoulders. Like it got me back in motion of regular civilian
You're
life.
back thinking about hoes and work
like,
and money,
yeah,
regular
like,
college niggas.
regular college stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I've noticed right away was I was lacking empathy when I was talking to people, because it's like when you're over there's not a lot of time for empathy. Like if someone needs you to do something, they need you to do something. Later on we can apologize and kumbaya and then make friends again. But there's no time to be like, hey NK, I know you're not feeling right, but I need you to. It's like, no, bro, get up, let's go. We have to go. Yeah, let's go.
Get up. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
when I came back, I kind of lost that empathy. So and I'm just like, am I being rude, or are these niggas bitch made? Like what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? So but then I realized, I'm like, oh okay, I need to kind of get back to being more empathetic and communicating, delivering my messages better to people. Like same message, but the way you deliver it might be a little different.
What is the main difference in the way that you're able to communicate with people now? Like, do you feel like you're more empathetic after you went to Iraq, or do you think you were empathetic before?
I think...
Or were you just behaving in a way just to behave? You're empathetic just because that's what society told you to.
I think now, with that combination of having to work and live with so many different like races and personalities from all over the U.S., that gave me a lot of skill to kind of put myself in other people's shoes.
Okay.
So now understanding that I'm back here, back in the normal world, I need to communicate with a little bit more empathy. I also have a little bit of more skill with connecting with different personalities and communicating to people in all ages, like different male, female, like different backgrounds. So I think overall, the whole experience did help me. You know, I think depending on what mindset, because there's a bunch of things I could grab and be like, oh yeah, it messed up my life, this, that, and the third. But it's kind of like your decision to be like, okay, what are the good experiences? What did you really learn? How did it help you?
I feel. So do you feel like you don't have to force your ethical side anymore? You just think that's just naturally in you?
Nah, I don't think being ethical is 100% in anybody.
Okay.
I think we all kind of hit situations where you're like, okay, I could really do somebody greasy right now. Like I could really do somebody dirty, but then you're like, okay, let me kind of take a step back.
Like what?
It just, even like day to day, like sometimes it's like, I don't even know off the top of my head, really, like, what's something I would say?
I kind of like
even, okay, this isn't even that big, but it's like let's say you go out to the store, right? You see, like the other day I went to Rosedale Mall, I think it was like after Black Friday or whatever, they had like everything off 50%, right? I could have came back to the crib and been like silent, not told nobody what was really going on. Like, hey, there's a lot of deals out there. You know, we're all, you know, limited on cash because we're in college, but you can go out there and get some good fits. But I could really keep it to myself, be dipped, not tell nobody. You know, so I really thought about it. I'm just like, nah, let me let my roommates know. Like, go out to Rosedale, go pick, like, everything's 50, 60% off, you know. So, I mean, that's not really, like, ethical. Like, I don't think it would have been bad if I didn't tell nobody, but, you know.
It only goes up from there.
Yeah.
I feel it. Do you enjoy going to bars still?
I think I would be lying if I said I don't.
Okay. How so?
I think I'm one of those people that I like to work hard, but I also like to play hard.
Okay.
I think that's just my balance. So if I'm working hard, school, work, military, whatever extracurriculars, like I also want to, when the weekend comes up, I want to see my friends. I want to go out. I want to, you know, enjoy myself. For someone, you know, some other people, it might be different. So they might want to work hard and then be like, okay, this whole weekend I'm about to watch anime or be on the game, you know. But I just like being around good people.
I feel it.
And, you know, enjoying the weekend.
Nah.
Do you?
I mean,
how do you feel about it?
I realized that I enjoy the feeling of being like perceived, but I don't like being there.
Okay.
Because I feel like not even on the sense that it's like draining, but like, for example, like last weekend, my homeboy, he came from Wisco to come here, right? And we were in the bar, and like literally I couldn't do this without like bumping my shoulder into 3 guys like this, and it's like, that's kind of crazy.
Right.
So I think I need to like, Minnesota needs to get more like spots where you can just sit down and just chat with people, or like just like stand and just chat with different people, and not just like, for example, like at Plums, I feel like you just have to just like, the only type of game you can spit is come dance with me, and I'm like, that's kind of, I'm not gonna dance with a stranger, bro. Be serious.
It's a little outrageous. It's a little outrageous. Now, Plums is a unique case because it's like, that's your guys' school's like bar, you know, and it's a little smaller, but it's like they'll put like 1,000 people in there where you can't move, you can't get a drink, you can't dap nobody up, your shoes are scuffed, your drinks are everywhere. But, you know, I think sometimes it can get annoying, but I think sometimes it's a good time. Just go there, act a fool, have fun with your friends type deal. But I think Minnesota, we need a place where celebrities can go. And that, here's why I say that.
Okay.
Here's why I say that. AZ is hosting the Super Bowl this weekend.
Okay.
They have 2 Chainz out there. Meek is down there. They got 21 down there. Like, they just have
There's a reason to go there.
There's a reason, like, they have places for people to enjoy themselves that are higher end, I guess. But, like, Minneapolis is just, like, I just feel like, I feel like there's nowhere for people to really do that.
No, I know exactly what you mean, because it's like, what, I'm pulled to, like, Cowboy Jacks or like Union.
You want
it's
Anthony
like,
Edwards to go to Cowboy Jacks?
That's kind of dangerous. Personally, I don't want him there.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's be serious. I don't want him there. Have you ever been to like a spot and you actually see like a famous motherfucker there? Because I'll never forgive Jalen Suggs for pulling up to Blarney's. I won't forgive that nigga. No, I'm not. I've never let that shit slide, bro.
He was young though. He
Bro,
was young.
why are you here?
He was young. He was young. He was young.
Bro, this is what he was like, a freshman at Gonzaga, right? I'm like,
At Blarney's?
yeah, like, bro, now I can't get no hoes because you're here, bro. Stop it. Go somewhere else. Holy shit, bro.
Are you more of a house party person?
Oh, house parties will always be better than like bars and
I
clubs.
100% agree.
Because I feel like there's an excuse for me to talk to every single person at a house party, but there's no reason for me to talk to every single person at a bar. There's literally no reason for me to talk to anybody at the bar. Because it's like, now it's literally the basis that we're walking on is I think you're attractive. That's why I walked over to you to chat.
Right.
That's a pretty weak floor for me to walk over to. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, but in the case where it's like house parties, like, I mean, you must know someone that I must know. That's how we both got invited to this spot.
That's how we can connect.
Exactly.
Why do you think house party? Because I noticed a decline. Like, I noticed a big decline in house parties. Is it because we're getting older or why?
COVID, we got older, and I don't want niggas in my house. I don't want niggas in my house, bro. Bro, I remember, what was it? Freshman, sophomore year. I remember there was like a really big party at the U. Do you know like where there's like a yard and then there's the...
Oh, yeah, like the red houses.
Yeah.
By like the apartments. Like...
Marshall, I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like it's like green.
Yeah,
like you go up, it's green. Yeah, Marshall's a good spot.
Yeah. It was after a football game. They just won some shit, right? And I was cool with one of the players, right? So he was like, "Oh, okay, pull up." So I'm like, it's up. Don't even worry about it.
No one of the players?
Most definitely.
Very up. You
Bro,
know it's gonna be up.
I'll pull with me, Mac, and then like a couple other people, right? We pull up there, right? This bitch is going crazy. Razor, right? And then I go into like one of the houses. I don't even know how they even coordinated this, but every single house had their own separate party going on.
Yeah.
Alongside the big garden spot, right?
Yep.
So I walk into this nigga's spot. And I see this motherfucker raging, right? And I see this person grab a vase and like football spike that bitch right in the ground. Boom! Oh my God, the Minnesota won the game, right? And then I see Ash come up. I'm like, no way. There's no way. And I see the owner of the house go, that's my grandma. And I'm like, you know what?
There's no way.
I would be down. I would be damned if I let a nigga in my house and I just let that slide. You have to die over that.
That happened?
Yes, bro. So motherfucker throws that
you
shit.
Might end up in jail
and the guy just started like freaking out. He was like, "Oh my God, what the fuck is going on?" Because he was at another like house and then he came to his shades just to see that the TV was broken off. It was just a bunch of nonsense. There was water and shit on the ground. His personal liquor was broken. Yeah, no, it was insane. So I feel like it's a combination of those three aspects of it.
Yeah, you don't want people. Nah, that would be crazy.
And then the type of there were so many bad bitches. Holy fuck. There's something about football niggas. They're just able to get all the bad hoes together.
I don't think I had access to like women of different ethnicities until
okay.
Like almost recently, for real. I feel like maybe it was just because I grew up in a more like white populated area. So yeah, like I just never really got those opportunities to talk to black women, Hispanic women, Asian women as much as I would have loved. Or even like in high schools, like the black girls that I did know, they became my like sisters just off of like, okay, there's 5 of y'all and y'all black, so it's just like, I don't know, just naturally we're just gonna be homies. Like there's no like really romantic or like, you know, sexual tension or nothing. We're just homies. Like you're the guy.
Why do you think that happens? Because I've heard a lot of dudes, they'll look me in the eye and be like, "Oh yeah, no, that motherfucker, yeah, no, that's the Bronin for real."
Yeah.
But they'll see any Mary Sue and be like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm from da da da."
Yeah. I mean, now I don't think you have an excuse if you have access. If you have access to multiple ethnicities, and it's like, and I'm not saying like whatever you like. You know, I don't think I have like a type. I don't think I'll ever hold myself to one race in any type of way. But I think at that time it was more like a security thing. Like our class has 1,000 white people in high school, right?
Yeah.
And there's maybe what feels like 10 niggas.
In totality, yeah.
That's what it feels like. I might be wrong, but that's what it feels like. And it really feels like there's 5 black girls. So it's more, I felt like more of like a security thing. Like I just want to feel secure with my blackness. Like someone I can communicate to without code switching. Like I can just feel comfortable with you. And it's like, I don't even want to take the chance of trying to date and then break up and ruin that. And then I don't have that place to like go to and just communicate freely and comfortably. I feel like maybe that could be it.
I feel that.
You know, so yeah, coming into college is just like I was just kind of doing what I knew.
Okay.
You know, and still like the U of M is not as diverse as you would think. And it's almost like, again, like I didn't really have the opportunity to communicate to other ethnicities and more of like a romantic sexual way type deal. You know, but you know, as soon as I got the opportunity, I took advantage and I communicated, and
Niggas been upping the score ever since. God damn. But I feel it, bro. Appreciate for you coming on here. This is very lit. Go hit the Patreon and we out.